Now it's time to take this event further into a quick Q&A session. We would like to take a few questions from the audience, and I would like to invite our yoga faculty, Ms. Manju Khatri, Ms. Neeta Bakshi, and Ms. Nazneen Hussain to answer the queries from the audience. Anyone who wants to ask a query, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Nazneen, a few words from you before the question answer commences. We missed you in the first part. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I am so proud of every student. I think also a phenomenal job when we actually took this onus of changing the format this time of not letting the mentors speak and let it be a student-driven activity. It was a call that I had taken. I discussed it with the teachers and principal ma'am, and they all said, "Okay, go ahead." And I think this event wouldn't have gone better. I think y'all have all done a phenomenal job, and we are so proud as teachers. Whatever we've taught you all have actually, replicated it, implemented it, and taken it to another level. So we are truly proud of each one of y'all. And thank you, Dr. Mardan. I think it is your vision that we started, we integrated yoga in the mainstream of nutrition. Today, every student is now speaking our language, something which I've been trying to teach on the nutrition yoga front for so many years, and it is now kind of finally absorbed into the system. And I couldn't have been more proud of everybody here. I think that is this is exactly when we say holistic nutrition. You not only look at nutrition, but so many things which have come in from the yoga angle. So great job, and thank you so much, ma'am, for your vision. And also, I'd like to say thank you to three more people. That is our two mentors, Manju ji and Anita Bakshi ji, and also our college teachers, Anuradha ma'am, Madhuri ma'am, and Prakashka. I don't think without their support we would be able to execute today's event. And I think Manoj is absent today, but he's been the driver for this entire thing. So thank you all, and thank you students. Without you, the show was impossible. You all are the two heroes for the show, and we are really happy. Yeah, thank you.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, Nazneen.
Thank you, ma'am, for those warm words. May I ask the audience to put up questions, if any? There is one question in the chat box, so I would like to just read that. Can you practice yoga at any time of the day?
Manjuji, you want to answer that one?
Yeah. So yoga is best done early in the morning, and if at all you're doing it in any other part of the day, it is best to have 3 hours of gap between your meal and the yoga session which you want to do. So you should avoid doing yoga on a full stomach. Yoga should always be done on empty stomach. It takes nearly 3 to 4 hours for a food to get properly digested. So the best thing is to do it early morning and have a safe yoga practice. Yeah, this applies even for pranayams as well. So you get the proper benefit of the asanas and the pranayams on an empty stomach. Yeah, thank you, Juicy. Neeta, you would like to add something to it, Neeta ji?
Yeah, the timing is perfect. Like 3 hours a gap morning, it should be fine. And you can practice it not at any time of the day. The only point which we have to remember is your meal times. The meal time gap is very important, because otherwise it will not be helpful to you much, because that at the back of the mind you have to have. So it is, as Manju said, the best time to practice is take it up in the morning.
So in case if you are not able to do it early morning, somewhere by evening, late evening also, but on an empty stomach.
Thank you, ma'am. That was a very elaborate explanation. We have one more question in the chat box. Anything specific to keep in mind while doing pranayams?
Yeah, I'll
Nazni?
answer that. Yeah,
Acha, okay.
I'll answer it.
Yeah.
Nothing specific in mind. The same thing is you can practice the pranayams in the same manner before 3 hours gap. That is, the meal gap should be there. Definitely. You just cannot practice having your meal and no, chalo pranayam karne baithte. No. And then the sequence, suppose you are following a sequence for practicing of the yoga, the asanas or whatever it is. So the sequence usually is we do a purification process that are known as the kriyas. Then we do the asana practice. Then we do the relaxation, and then we do the pranayama. So this is the sequence we are following, and we suggest this sequence to all the yoga practitioners. But suppose you are not able to practice their asanas, you only want to do the pranayams. So you can do that also. As Manjuji has said, you can do it in the morning, just have a conditioning and finish your pranayams and your practice is done. Or you can do it in the late evening. Or if you have a gap of 2.5 to 3 hours after your meal, you can practice pranayam. What is specific is, first is, if possible, don't sit in a room which is having an air conditioning. Sit in natural light, natural air. See your room is properly brightened up, not a dark room. Wear loose clothes in which you are comfortable. All those things. And if you have any serious, like children below 12 years of age are not supposed to practice pranayam. Then pregnant ladies are not supposed to practice pranayam. Cardiac issues like heart problems, they are also not supposed to practice the pranayams. So all these things we have to keep in mind before we practice. And you can practice pranayam, the simple ones, without holding and suspension. The hypertension. So without holding, without suspension, you can practice the anulom vilom, which we have the alternate nostril breathing. Okay, anything else? Manju can also add. Yeah.
So what I would like to say, like how Neeta said, it's perfectly fine. Like people with any health issues and pregnant ladies, if they are doing pranayam, they will do it without holding and suspending their breath. Holding as in after you breathe in and you hold your breath, or you breathe out and you hold your breath. Don't do that. Just do it in normal breathing. The basic 2-3 pranayams are there. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We have time for just one last question. There's a question in the chat box. I'll just read it out. Nowadays, things like cold yoga, hot yoga are very popular. Different styles are coming up. How safe or harmful are these practices, which is regulating the environmental temperature before starting yoga?
Yeah. So for this, I would say the best is our institute yoga, the classical yoga. It is the best, wherein you are in your own natural environment and you're with yourself, you're doing some asanas, you're doing some pranayams. The rest, I would just say that it's all a very big hype, this hot yoga and all. You're actually interfering with the temperature around you. You should do it in a well ventilated room. And there are so many people who say don't even on the fan, but it's okay if the fan is on. Try to do it in the best natural environment. Yoga is a gift of nature. So let's be natural with it. That's the best way to do it.
Very nice.
Yes, Neeta ji, Nazneen ji, anything else to add to this?
Nazneen ji, we want something from you.
Yes, we want from you.
Yeah, I think this entire concept of hot yoga and these are just hype. The most easiest form, like Manjuji also said, is to be with yourself, because the whole idea of yoga is to cut off from the external environment and start internalizing with your own self. So you don't want any more jazz from the outside world. You want to kind of introspect, work on yourself. And I think the biggest go-to mantra is that yoga lights up everybody's life, but it lights up even more when you practice it. So the flare increases, the glow increases. So one, that we need to start practicing it. Only when we do it do we get the benefit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So once you're a student, you began the journey, but you have to keep growing in the journey and spend more time with yourself, with your own thoughts, rather than the external world. I think it's just working on yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one more thing I'll just add, as Nazneen has said, it is working on you, but the process will be slow. So the patience is required. When you are into that journey, it is not a journey, yes, you start today and it will be done by a week or so. So we want this to be a patient journey, and definitely it works. We can tell
I
you with our experiences also.
I
Well,
think Manjuji, I want to add these youngsters, yoga needs a lot of patience,
Patience,
right?
yes.
So sometimes these youngsters, they also want a lot of, variation in the kind of exercises they want to do.
Right,
So
right, right.
my take would be that as youngsters, always have a blend of things, to work towards your fitness. So yoga should be definitely a part of your fitness. But then maybe if anything else excites you, you want to work on your strength, some resistance exercises. There are so many other variations which you as youngsters can take on. So always look for a right blend of the two, you know. But yes, yoga has its own place. Yeah.
no, I think that is also the whole idea of the S.N.D.T center that we're doing is we're looking at a holistic thing wherein we're looking at fitness as a whole, exercise, a lot of food training. And hopefully once we're in, I think all you girls are doing fantastic on the virtual mode, but once we are back on the real thing, we'll be able to do much more. Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes.
see Prakash so smiling because he knows every day we have we record all of these things and it has been a great experience.
I think all of us have to clap for Prakash sir, because he's the real connect with all the
Thank,
students,
thank
and
you.
he's done such wonderful job in terms of facilitating the whole Swasthya movement in SDT. Thank you, Prakash.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, yes, back to Juhi.
Thank you so much. What an insightful discussion we had in form of this Q&A. And we are coming towards an end of this session, and all good things should always end on an happy note. So I would like to invite our lovely MSc students to sing the happy song. It's my sincere request if the audience can join too.
Thank you, Jui. So let us all come together and sing a happy song. Let us bring all the positive energies and vibes and let us rejoice this moment and feel the moment. I would request everybody to please join us.
The time to be
To be
happy is
happy is
now,
now,
and the
and the
place to be
place to be happy
is
is
here.
here, and the
Happy is
way
to
to
make
be
someone
happy is
happy
to
and
make
make
someone happy, and we will have a
heaven.
little heaven right
The
here.
day to be happy is now, and the
And
place
the
to
place
be
to be
happy is
happy
here.
is here,
The way
and
to
the
be
way to be
happy
happy is to make
happy, and
someone
we'll
happy,
have a
and we
little
will have
heaven
a
right
little
here.
heaven right
And we'll have
here.
a little heaven right here. And we'll have a little heaven right here.
Here.
Thank you, everyone. Over to you.
Wow. A big thank you to all of you. You truly brought this event to a high point with this amazing song.